Well, we've got rain coming down for us here. Yep, overnight it's been going, and we've got some totals to talk about here coming up. How much longer is it going to last? Details in just a few.
Tensions are on the rise following the suspension of comedian Jimmy Kimmel's Late Show, now reigniting free speech debate.
I think Jimmy Kimmel was taken off air because he's a unfunny activist.
Trump's FCC forced a major network to pull a loud Trump critic, Jimmy Kimmel, off the air, essentially saying that any media actor that doesn't say what Trump wants them to say about Charlie Kirk or Trump's policies is going to be silenced.
Why many are now calling the move a form of government censorship, and why the future of broadcast media could be at risk.
An order from Governor Newsroom for state agency employees to return to office is facing pushback from some unions, why findings in a state audit report could compromise the governor's mandate.
Republicans and Democrats in Congress now racing to avoid a government shutdown before the end of the month. How today's partisan showdown over funding is expected to play out as both chambers prepare to present legislation.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, great day.
We begin this hour with a live look at a wet Friday morning. Yes, rain is here in our valley. Justin has been telling us about, warning us about it all week. We'll have more on how long this rain will stick around in just a moment. Big change, huh? Good morning. Thanks a lot for joining us today. I'm Kim Stevens.
I'm Liz Gonzalez.
And I'm Justin Willis. Thank you for starting your day with us. And all right, I want to get this out of the way off the bat. Because of the rain, please drive safely out there. The roads are very slick. We haven't had rain in a while here, so you got all those oils and things coming up, and experienced it a few times driving on the way in, just a little
Jolt?
Yeah, a little jolt here and there, and then there's been some pooling on some of those highways too. Some of us have had some very heavy rain. There's been a couple places where I've looked at where they've had 3/4 of an inch. There are some places that might have broken records with some of the rain that we've had overnight. And here's the other thing, it's going to clear out today. So it was, it was a lot in a little bit of time. So, well, yeah, so we're going to track it for you, and don't worry, it's going to get out of here today. But let's see where it's at right now. Here we go. Currently, yeah, this is where we're at. The yellow, orange shaded areas, yeah, it looks like the heaviest part of this has moved up into Madera County, into the hills there at the moment here. But we're not done with the heavy stuff yet. We still have some areas just south of Fresno that could work its way through and bring us even more rain as the morning goes on here. We have a flood watch in effect because of all of this. Well, the rain will stop a little bit earlier. The flood watch remains until 5 o'clock because of all the runoff there. So be prepared for that. All right, here's the day planner here for you. All right, so at 10 a.m., we're going to be at, well, right now we're at 67 degrees. The dew point's at 65. But at 10 a.m., check it out. The chances of rain drop to 15%. It's probably not going to be much of anything yet at all, maybe just a few sprinkles here and there, but we should be done with the rain this morning, actually. 73 degrees at 10, at noon, 77. Chances drop even more so then. By 5 o'clock, we'll be mostly sunny and 82 degrees out there and just some light winds for you there. So things will ease up just in time for you to get to the Greek Fest this weekend. All right, coming up next, this next weather maker is just about out of here, but we got another round coming our way. Details in just a few.
The controversy continues this morning over the decision to pull Jimmy Kimmel's late night show off the air. And the move follows comments made by the late night host regarding the accused shooter of conservative political activist Charlie Kirk. It is still unclear the exact words that led to the decision, but in an effort to be transparent, we want to show you the one many are zeroing in on. A reminder, Fox 26 does not condone hate speech. Take a listen.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from.
Well, Federal Communications Commission Chair Brendan Carr praised the show's suspension and accused Kimmel of misleading the American public about Kirk's killing.
But many say the suspension of his show is an attack on free speech. Hundreds of members of the Writers Guild of America and Screen Actors Guild rallied outside the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank to protest in Kimmel's defense.
know, a lot of people who don't want to put money in the pockets of a company that is so willing to, you know, turn their backs on their own employees out of fear and out of bullying by the government.
I know things look normal, but we are living under fascism, and I really hope this wakes people up.
This affects every aspect of free speech. We should be able to express ourselves. That's the point of art.
ABC suspended Kimmel's show indefinitely. Our parent company, Sinclair, along with another broadcaster, Nexstar, have also preempted Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely on their ABC stations. President Trump claims that Kimmel was yanked over bad ratings, rejecting concerns of free speech violations.
Another ABC show could face the same fate as Jimmy Kimmel's late night show. FCC Chair Brennan Carr said it might be worthwhile for his agency to target The View. During an interview, Carr mentioned how the FCC's equal opportunity rule requires stations to grant political candidates the same amount of airtime. However, most talk shows and late night programs are exempt under the agency's bona fide news classification. Carr questions whether The View should continue to qualify for that exemption. If the long-running show is stripped of its privilege, it would be forced to change its format.
And the targeting of networks may not be stopping there. The president now says that others could lose their broadcasting licenses for their negative coverage of him.
I read someplace that the networks were 97% against me. I get 97% negative, and yet I won it easily. I won all 7 swing states, popular, I won everything. And if they're 97% against, they give me only bad publicity or press. I mean, they're getting a license. I would think maybe their license should be taken away.
It's a threat that he's made before. President Trump made the suggestion while defending the FCC chairman's support of ABC pulling Kimmel's late night show off the air. National television networks such as ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox are not granted licenses by the FCC. Instead, the commission issues licenses to use public airwaves to individual local broadcast affiliates and stations. Former Vice President Kamala Harris says that we are witnessing an outright abuse of power from the Trump administration. Harris said in a social media post that this administration is using fear as a weapon to silence critics. She also says television networks and newspapers are capitulating to those threats.
Now, with the free speech debate back in the spotlight, congressional Democrats are introducing a bill aimed at boosting protections for the amendment.
The principle is simple. No president, Democrat, Republican, has the right to turn the federal government into an instrument of political revenge. That is what they're doing.
Lawmakers say the goal of the No Political Enemies Act is to stop the government from being used as a political weapon. It's not likely the legislation will go far in the Republican-controlled Congress.
All right, 5:07 now, and yeah, we've had a lot of instability overnight here, a lot of precip, a lot of rain going on out there. There's been thunder and lightning in some places as well. We've got some low pressure that's been pushing the remnants of Tropical Storm Mario into our direction here, but we got another area of low pressure in the northern part of the state that's also contributing to some activity there and really kind of pulling up that moisture from Tropical Storm Mario up into Northern California. So we're going to be dealing with this probably for the morning here, maybe just the next few hours anyway. And then things will start to back off for us here. Right now, here is a look at the live radar and where the rain is heaviest. Looks like it's moved north through Fresno, and looks like it's mostly in Madera County now, and that's where a good chunk of that flood watch has been. This cell here has moved basically directly north to south. It's gone through Lemoore. They had a lot of rain in Lemoore last night, and then we had a lot of rain in Fresno tonight. Now it's pushed up into Madera, where there's some heavy rain going on. Still have a flood watch going because of this, and again, this is the same area that I just mentioned here. But the most impacted counties from this flood watch, which is in effect until this afternoon by 5 o'clock here, Mariposa, Eastern Madera, which is what you're looking at right here, right now, Fresno, Kings, Tulare, Kern counties. Those areas are likely done with the rain for now, but then you get the runoff, and, well, that could create some problems here throughout the day. So flood watch until 5. Tracking this out of here. Again, this is where things are right now. Then we get through the rest of the day. 11 o'clock this morning, most of the valley's kind of left open. They're still going to be dealing with some a little bit of rain there in the South Valley, maybe in Kern County there. But all that's going to maybe just continue up along the hills and mountains there. Expecting rain up until at least 5 o'clock there this evening here. And the valley's going to be fairly clear, mostly sunny by the time we get to the end of the day across the valley. But the mountains not out of the woods yet here. Probably not until tonight, though. But then we'll get another round each afternoon in the hills and mountains as far as any rain, precip, tropical moisture coming through. Tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon, likely Monday afternoon too, but then we get another good chance of rain for us next Tuesday, which is going to push in to Southern California and along the Kern County on the west side there, and then that's going to push north. It was going to come up to the Bay Area and wrap around, but now it looks like it's going to move directly north again, so we could get another good round of rain for us on Tuesday. It would just be for the day. Some of that would linger into Wednesday morning there, and then into the afternoon up in the hills and mountains there. So another chance of rain after we're done with what's happening today. All right, here's what's going on the next 3 days. We do have a chance of rain this morning. It's probably going to be done for the most part about 8 or 9 o'clock, somewhere in there. However, chances remain until about noon or this afternoon, and very light stuff. The high today is 83, but then check out tomorrow. Once the storm gets out of here, we warm right back up to normal temperatures. We'll have clear skies tomorrow, 91 degrees across the valley floor, and then same deal Sunday, but we'll be at 93. Overnight lows in the 60s. Another thing to note about Sunday, wind speeds will pick up at the end of the evening, end of the day there to about 15 miles an hour there. So a lot of interesting things happening today. We'll keep a track of the totals, the rain totals that everybody's been getting, because we've had a lot overnight. Details on that coming up. Also, we'll get a look at your highs and lows for today across the rest of the San Joaquin Valley.
A big day for lawmakers on Capitol Hill as they look to keep the government funded. Why separate continuing resolutions from both chambers of Congress could make today's vote difficult.
The Chuck Chansey Skycam, sponsored by Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino.
Live look now in downtown Fresno from above our Fox 26 News studio. It is 5:11 and 66 degrees outside in that rain. You can find new headlines and the weather forecast on your screen all morning long, even through the commercial break.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.